Warning: the following may contain a mixture of propaganda, lies, mass media communications, and the truth. Deliberate selection of facts, arguments, and displays of symbols may be presented in ways intended to have the most effect. Important facts may be omitted or distorted to divert attention. It is advised that you conduct your own research. This is not a test. The true north strong and free. We stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. The following is a live stream from the House of Commons that was recorded on Saturday, February 19, 2022. You can verify this video by visiting www.parlview.parl.gc.ca. Search for Saturday, February 19, 2022, then view the segment 1 video. Fast forward to the 8 hours and 48 minutes timestamp.
The Honourable Member for Oshawa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I listened to my colleague's speech. I had a constituent that wanted me to ask a question about outside interference to our democracy. Klaus Schwab is the head of the World Economic Forum, and he bragged how his subversive WEF, World Economic Forum, has, quoted, infiltrated governments around the world. He said that his organization had penetrated more than half of Canada's cabinet. And I was wondering, in the interest of transparency, could the member please name which cabinet ministers are on board with the WEF's agenda? My concern is the deputy.
Order. I know that the member was in a really good question there, but the audio is really bad, and the video is really bad as well. And I apologize. I don't know if the member. Okay, let's try again. The honourable member for Timmins James Bay.
Mr. Speaker, that member was promoting open disinformation. That's not debate. We have to call out disinformation.
We'll get into debate again. The honourable member, questions and comments. The honourable member for Lambton, Kent, Middlesex.
But what we are very proud of now is the young generation, like Prime Minister Trudeau, that we penetrate the cabinets. So yesterday I was at a reception for Prime Minister Trudeau, and I know that half of this cabinet, or even more half of this cabinet, are actually young global leaders of the World Economic Forum. I just wonder, is there any global shaper here? Yeah, you see, global shapers here. I think we can build what I would call a new renaissance, particularly using technology, solving all the issues, moving forward.
I imagine that right now you're feeling a bit like Alice, tumbling down the rabbit hole. Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. It is this feeling that has brought you to me. You have to see it for yourself. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more. Follow me.
It's not in the report. The Director of City Development.
Please don't raise your voice at me, Mr. Mayor. I don't deserve to have my voice raised to a moment.
Let's hear that again.
It's not in the report. Not on the agenda. They're not in the report, and I'm not going to let you speak to it. So please move on.
It appears Pickering Mayor Kevin Nash is experiencing difficulties controlling his emotions. Fun fact, Mayor Kevin Nash granted himself strong mayor powers. All the Pickering councillors have stated their opposition to strong mayor powers. Mayor Kevin Ash is busy building back better and getting the job done.
Is the city of Pickering planning on becoming a 15-minute city?
I'm going to try and answer the question. I don't believe it speaks to a 12-minute city in this report.
I know it doesn't speak to a 15-minute city, not a 12-minute city, but that's okay. That's what it's called. Because the initiatives and the technologies that are written and from the provincial government, that they are paying us the amount of the $1 million to put these initiatives in place are eerily similar to those implemented by the cities that have already embraced the concept of the 15-minute city. So that's why I'm asking, is this going to be a 15-minute city?
I think the answer, the question was posed, the answer was given. There's nothing to do with 15-minute cities. Let's move on.
You heard the mayor, nothing to do with 15-minute cities. Please refer to www.letstalkpickering.ca to see the City of Pickering's attempt to control the narrative around certain types of discussion. Fun fact, the website is operated and hosted by a company named Bang the Table Canada Limited, or BTT for short. Always do your own research and think for yourself.
You said in the report. Okay, then I would like to take this opportunity to ask you, Mr. Mayor, or to the CAO, if you guys have ever received any kind of correspondence or have talked to anyone from the provincial or the federal government or even other municipalities regarding the implementation of having Pickering become a 15-minute city.
Mayor, point of order. I don't think the question relates to the item before us whatsoever. I'd look for your ruling on that.
I agree.
I would like to beg to differ, Mr. Mayor, because as I mentioned, the initiatives and the technologies that we are doing right now from the provincial government that they are paying us $1 million to do have to do with 15-minute cities. They're the exact same initiatives. So
I don't see the connection. So you posed a question to me. I have not received anything in regards to 15-minute cities. CAO?
I haven't received any correspondence or been engaged in any discussions with the province regarding a 15-minute city.
Interesting answers and careful selection of words. They seem to be experiencing memory loss. Let's help them remember. Warning, people may be playing word games and mental gymnastics.
We talk about 15-minute cities.
Who is we? When and where did these discussions take place? Who was in attendance? Was there an overwhelming number of Pickering residents that were demanding Pickering become a 15-minute city? Or a smart city? Whatever word of the day they are told to use by the experts.
And 15-minute communities, well, what it means is not that you can't go 15 minutes out of your area. What it means is we want to develop communities that have all the things you need within 15 minutes. Your doctor, a healthcare facility, your school, shopping, your rec center, your library, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you don't necessarily have to get into a car and drive to Kingston Road or whatever. So I think we have to be mindful of what we're developing and the need to have infrastructure that makes the community whole rather than getting in a car, driving to the $39,000 parking spot, getting on the GO train, going down to the city, coming back late at night, going directly home and not being part of the community.
So just back to that idea of the 15-minute city, I'm in the 15-minute neighborhood and I love it. I can walk to work. I have a car and I shamefully occasionally drive to work.
A community of communities.
Here is another Let's Talk Pickering Speaker Series event that was posted to the City of Pickering's YouTube channel on November 25, 2021. The following people were present at the meeting. Kim Petrin, Branch Manager of Development Services, City of Edmonton. Fun fact, the company that created Pickering's digital strategy was MNP Digital Advisory, who is also based out of Edmonton. Please watch episode 2 named Digital Fantasies. Shauna Muir, Coordinator, Corporate Communications, City of Pickering. David Pickles, City of Pickering, and Nilesh Surti, Manager, Development Review and Urban Design, City of Pickering. There may also be other individuals who created or influenced the script and flow of the meeting.
Is about creating a city in which we all have what we need within reach or where we live and work. It's about equity and accessibility. This means that we can more easily make more trips by non-automobiles like transit and active transportation. For many people, living much more locally has become part of the new normal, as many are still continuing to work from home. And the value of having services and amenities close to home has never been more important.
Sorry, and Kim did touch on the idea of these 15-minute districts. So I just wanted to get a feel for how we think Pickering can get there.
Well, thank you, Sean, and thank you, Kim. It's interesting to hear what you had to say because we have many common experiences and we're doing some of the same work as far as city planning goes, and we're looking for some of the same results. Pickering used to be a cottage community for Toronto and then sort of a suburban bedroom community, and now we're moving ahead as an urban center. And you touched on a lot of key points. You know, if we could have the province to some degree has directed us to have higher densities, a greater variety of housing types, less reliance on the automobile, and take into account climate change. So
now the county has received a number of inquiries about whether this topic is about the concept of 15-minute cities. It is not. It has nothing to do with 15-minute cities. You can trust me on that. It is not. Just a minute. Just a minute. I'm in charge of this meeting, not you.
There's nothing to do with 15-minute cities.
It has nothing to do with 15-minute cities. You're going to obey. Have we got that? Have we got that?
I will choose to use the door and leave.
Please do so. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Any attempt to...
No disrespect.
You guys called the public meeting and the public's here. We want to hear what's going on. Well, due respect, we're not here to cause any trouble, but there are a lot of people.
Then we'll ask you to please hold it down out in the hall, and then everyone can hear.
Okay, I guess my final question is are either Mr. Mayor or Ms. CAO, are either of you aware of what a 15-minute city is? You might not have received any correspondence, but have you had any conversations? Do you know what a 15-minute city is? And my question is Pickering going to become a 15-minute city?
Well, I think we've passed over from a technical question to a philosophical question. My understanding of a 15-minute city is the ideal city that all the services that you'll need, a doctor, a lawyer, a dry cleaner, your veterinarian, your dentist, your shopping store are all within 15 minutes. If that's my understanding of what 15-minute cities are. So. The director of city development is nodding almost vigorously.
With dealing with the consultants, do they always go out for RFPs? Because I do see that the city uses the same consultants quite a bit in various different projects. Do all of those go out to RFP, or do we take the liberty sometimes and just use the consultant because they are being used by other municipalities? And they might have the knowledge and the skill set, or do we always send it out for the RFPs?
Because one of the things in municipal government, you're allowed to plagiarize, borrow ideas. And
our chief planner is here, but she's not here at the moment, but she'll be coming back. I'm vaguely aware of understanding about 15-minute city from a sort of planning perspective, but there hasn't been any active effort from planning staff to do anything in that regard. It's more of anecdotal information at this point.
Okay, because like I said, the initiatives that and the technologies that we are putting in place with this residential interface and service modernization that we are dealing with here in 12.1, as I said before, is eerily similar to the 15-minute city. And for those of you who don't know who it is or what it is, it's from the World Economic Forum, who I'm sure everybody has had that. It's on the bottom of the federal government website. You'll see right there, World Economic Forum. And it promotes 15-minute cities. And also Klaus Schwab's book called COVID-19, The Great Recess. And he discusses the concept. No,
I'm not going down the rabbit hole.
this is not a rabbit hole. It's on the federal government website, please,
It's a
Mr.
stop
Mayor.
on the crazy street.
It's not a crazy street. It's
is.
on the it is on the
No.
federal website.
No, we're not going.
Do you want me to pull it up on the website
No, I
right now
don't
for
need
you?
to.
I can show you. World
Question
Economic Forum.
I control the meeting. The question about 15-minute city has been asked and answered. Is there anything else before we move on?
Yes, I just wanted to let people know what the 15-minute city was.
15-minute cities are not on the agenda. They're not in the report, and I'm not going to let you speak to it. So please move on.
Well, you say it's not in the report, but
It's
clearly,
not in the report. The director of city
please
development.
don't raise your voice at me, Mr. Mayor. I don't deserve to have my voice raised to a moment
director of city
personal
development-
privilege, please. Please stop raising your voice at me.
I am not raising my voice at you. Please continue.
You're just raising your voice at me. Everyone will be able to hear it. What I was saying is that the initiatives and the technologies in this, which the provision.
Next speaker.
Lisa Robinson is being silenced again. Her microphone is turned off before she could finish speaking. If they could financially sanction and freeze her bank account for asking about 15-minute cities, they probably would. It seems the corporation of the City of Pickering doesn't want the people to hear what she has to say. The truth is, they are very desperate to suppress her speech and are worried about her because they can't control her like they can control the other councillors and the mayor. In fact, they resort to stopping the live stream and claim they are experiencing technical difficulties to take a brief break. Little do they know this just increases awareness and raises suspicion. They appear to not like anyone challenging them and will go to great extents to attempt to reach a possible goal of no uncontrolled opposition.
Goodness. What if I should fall right through the center of Earth and come out the other side where people walk upside down? Oh, but that's silly. Nobody... Oh! Oh, Mr. Rabbit! Wait! Please! Curiouser and curiouser.